You're talking about parenting yourself,
Yep.
inspiring yourself,
Yep.
scaring yourself,
Yep.
all of that from the inside.
Yeah.
So very different than the way we're raised, which is to figure out how to get the biscuit.
It's funny, man. People want to know how I'm always motivated. It's the unseen work, which you just said is a true statement. Those are false dopamine hits that people are giving you, man. There's no belief in that. These are teamwork dopamine. Like, I'm out running at 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, in the gym, long sessions by myself. That's real. How I'm able to just extract dopamine, the good dopamine, whenever I want. Man, I've trained 99% of my life alone. No one pat me on the back. I did all of the work alone. And while I'm still hard on myself, I know what I did. So whenever times get bad for me, people, all this, who's gonna carry the boats and law? That's real. I hate that people know me for that guy, because that guy is not every fucking day. Like, when they see me, they want that energy. That's not me every day. I can extract it immediately when I need to, because when you train alone, and I lived alone for so many years in this misery, and you're able to get out of it by yourself, I can take myself to such a level of real passion and purpose. And like, the feeling I get is something I can't even explain by myself. I don't need anyone. That's why people come to me to motivate them. No one can motivate me. I have a resume full of fucking motivation that whenever I'm down, I'm like, oh, hang on, motherfucker. Oh, you know the truth. You know the truth. You know the darkness of the fucking dungeons and the fucking demons that fly. You know, and then from there, it's like, okay, you were there. You know this. There was no one there to pick up the rucksack, to pick up the boat, to pick up the log, to go in there. It was you. It was you. There was no pat on the fucking back at 300, at 275, at 250, at 220. No, that was you. So those things that come out of me, that extract from me in the darkness, people are looking for that pat on the back. Where is it? Oh, I don't need it. Because what I've done is, in the fucking unseen work, I built Frankenstein. So whenever shit gets nasty, David Goggins goes, you had nobody anyway, motherfucker. So see how I'm talking myself right now? That's me. That shit fires me the fuck up. That shit makes me fucking nuts. You had nobody anyway, motherfucker. Look around you. There was no fucking team. It was you. There was no weight loss program or mom and dad waking you up saying you can do it, you can be better, trying to build belief. You built belief when you had nothing. Rock bottom. You did that. So as times get hard for me, the truth comes out. And my truth is powerful as fuck. It's real. It's tangible. I feel it. It comes out of my brain as I speak about it. I'm reliving every single dark moment of my life to be here. So that is what people don't get. That is what motivates David Goggins, is the unseen work. But everybody needs that pat on the back. They need that training partner. They need that accountability coach. I don't need that shit. And neither do they. But it's what we've trained ourselves to believe that we need.
It's almost like there's this pill on the shelf. I'm speaking in analogy.
Right.
And we take it and we get jazzed up. We're like, yeah. But there's this other medicine cabinet behind there, and it's in us.
That's
You're
right.
saying the real medicine cabinet is inside.
Oh, yes. When you continue to overcome, and I had so many obstacles to overcome, so it's actually a benefit to me, but the benefit is not like a benefit like that. You have to have the courage and the patience to overcome and overcome. Before you know it, man, you have a whole medicine cabinet, but there's no medicine in the motherfucker. There's no pre-workout. I don't take none of that shit. All I gotta do is flip my brain, put my finger in there and say, okay, that's a good one. That's all I gotta do, man. I got the Rolodex of just like, go fuck yourself, Goggins. And, oh, but you won. Let's do that one today. There's nothing I need. And this is the thing that people don't get about David Goggins. I can't teach it in a 1-minute video. We all have this ability to have our own medicine cabinet. But unless you go in there and put the medicine in there, it's always going to be fucking empty, man. You're always going to need the pre-workout. You're always going to need I don't drink coffee. I don't do none of that. I don't need it. I can run for 70 hours, and I had before. No caffeine. I got all this wonderful shit that I overcame on my own, by myself, in the darkness. That, man, when it's cold, I'm hot. When it's hot, like I can feed myself all the time. And that's why when people say, man, why aren't you missing anything? I can't explain it to you, man. Can't explain it to you. You'll never understand. That's why I don't do all these podcasts, dude. I love you, man. That's why my first book, you did a blur for me. That's why I'm here. I love what you're doing for people, man, but I can't explain this. I can't explain this because people don't want to do this. They don't want to do this, man, but I don't know, man. I get jazzed up even talking about it, man, because so many people think my life is just so, oh God, his life is horrible. Like, don't follow him. He's crazy. Really?
But there are a good number of people, I would say, and that's
Yes,
an understatement, that actually
there
do.
are.
I think what I'm hearing today, and it's really sinking in, is that a great many people either partially or completely misunderstand you.
Yes. Big time.
I'll put myself in the partially category.
Big time.
Because I thought it was about just like forward center of mass, carrot, 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 but it's the stick.
It's a stick.
And it's being haunted. And, I do have examples from my own life, which is not what today's about being really afraid and then turning things around.
Right.
My biggest fear is getting comfortable.
Right.
I do not have as much of a stick-oriented approach, but today's conversation's changing the way I think. I'm not going to step away from this and think, okay, there are 25 neural circuits that can explain 10 of the things that David's talking about. And what I'm thinking about is the fact that everybody has a brain. They have a mind. Forget the brain. The brain is just the physical structure, but what that manifests, what that creates is the mind. And everybody has that. So I do believe that everyone has the capacity to do what you're talking about at some level. I also will be the first to confess that I think you're a highly unusual, let's just say, maybe even N of one, as we say in science, sample size of one.
Right.
Somebody who's created this process for themselves and keeps themselves in this forward center of mass with the stick battering the back of their head all the time.
Right.
Highly unusual. But this internal medicine cabinet that you're talking about, building up true confidence, not needing anything from the outside. I like to think that people want that. They want to be known. They're afraid, but that they want to be known for who they really are, and that you're describing the path to do this.
Right.
And I will say I'm immensely grateful that you're talking to us this way today about things that you talked about before, but we're hitting it a little differently, I like to think.
Very different.
Because what you're talking about is a process. It's verbs. It's all verbs.
All action. And
it's not about success. It's more actually about keeping that friction dialed to 10.
Right.
And that no energy drink, no supplement. People often misunderstand me. They think, like I'm big on people getting sunlight in the mornings. They set their circadian rhythm and get better sleep, so they can, et cetera. But then people always think they go straight to the supplements.
Yeah.
What should I take? And then of course people think I'm all about supplements. And supplements are one piece for me, but it's like tiny fraction compared to the do's and don'ts.
That's why I didn't want to talk about that today. That's why I'm glad we're talking about this. This is it. This is it. Like, the brain is the most powerful weapon in the world. And it's crazy how a kid that wasn't real smart, I was forced to go only internal. External had to go away. The external world had to go away. And living so deep inside myself, it was me in this brain and figuring out how this thing works. And it's so many people are doing exactly that. The supplements, the this, the that. And I agree, it helps. But once you figure out your brain, you become unstoppable to almost anything. Yeah, you can't beat death. You can't whatever. Your brain's amazing. Once you feed it the right conversation, the right mental nutrients, the right mental supplements, the right internal dialogue at the right time, with the right hit, with the right proof of what you've done in the past, and you send that right to the right circuit, dude, you're a fucking beast. A beast. But once again, you just can't read about it. You can't sit back and be a theorist. You have to be a fucking practitioner. And in that practice is where that becomes proof positive. What I'm saying is like, God, like David Goggins, he's blowing my mind. What is this? He's not crazy. And so many people, a lot of people, have listened to me the right way, and they come back and they're like, I'm totally on board. It happened. It happened. I'm like, it'll keep going, man, if you keep doing it. But that is it, man. There's no sun. There's no glory. There's no carrot. There's no victory. But there is all of it in one. I can't explain it real well to people, man. But what you get at the other end is something that you're always found. You're never lost anymore. Doesn't mean the journey's easy. Doesn't get any easier, but you're always found.
I love that. I just want to hover on that for a sec, the same way we hovered on Haunted and The Stick. I think people feel lost. I've certainly felt lost at times in my life, many times. And yeah, there's that thing. I don't think there's a neuroscience or a psychology term for it. Someone will say, put it in the comments and say, oh yeah, that's what so-and-so said. But like you said, we're not trying to be theoretical here. We're trying to be practical. The business of finding yourself and knowing like, oh, but it's sort of like I'm safe because I'm in danger and I've been in danger before and I got myself out. It always seems to come back to verbs. Again, I don't have a language for this. You know, for once, I'm lost for words. There's like it's about a process, the algorithm, and the reason here. I'm just kind of trying to make sure I'm understanding things correctly. One of the reasons why it must be uncomfortable for you to be who you are publicly is because people want to focus on the running or the swearing. And by the way, the swearing is welcome. I'll tell you, I came up through laboratories where all three people I worked for swore a lot, but there was one rule. I couldn't swear at people. So my graduate advisor, brilliant woman, unfortunately she died early. They all died early. I'm the common denominator. I had that internalized for a long time. Right. Anyway, she said, but if you swear at people, you're out.
Right.
But you can swear as much as you want. So that's the rule I have. It's like you can swear as much as you want, just don't swear at people. And if you swear at people, better be ready to fight.
Right.
I'm definitely not going to fight you. So you can swear at me, get away with it. But the fact of the matter is that it must be frustrating that people, because I know people go, oh, it's all about supplements and ice baths. Listen, I like supplements. I love supplements and ice baths, but that's not the full picture. They just a gravitational pull. It's the swearing. It's the running. It's his feet that are all messed up. Yeah. It's the fact that he got a Triton. Yeah. He's this SEAL guy. Yeah. We talk about that too, right? You know, and there's a gravitational pull for people, and they're missing like that's like the tip of the iceberg is what I'm realizing. I'm realizing that today, thanks to the way you're phrasing things, because the bigger vessel is all in here. And and as you said, how do you put that in a book?
It's impossible.
Because it's highly individual.
Yes.
You do it your way.
Yes.
And you're saying everyone needs to go figure out how to do it their way for them.
Yes. And the thing about being misunderstood is very frustrating. More than I can even imagine. I can't even express how frustrating it is when the cussing and everything comes from a place of real. I can't explain what I do without it. The passion comes out of me. It's almost like speaking in tongues. Because when you put that much work, and people go, oh yeah, there's been this basketball player, this football player, this. Dude, no.